You think you know someone until you hear their voice orchestrating your destruction. Until you realize your best friend, the one person you thought would never betray you, might be the puppet master behind it all. Dre was alive. But what I heard in that recording, it wasn't the Dre I knew. It was colder, calculated. Like a man who traded his soul for power, or had it ripped out of him. And he said my name like it meant nothing. I went dark. Burned everything that could trace me, phone, laptop, ID. If Dre was hunting me, I had to disappear or find him first. But first, I had to answer the question Maya left me with. It's not just about the app. It's about his brother. Except Dre never had a brother. Or so I thought. I went back to the orphanage we grew up in, Haven Ridge. It had been shut down for years. Boarded up. Forgotten. But as I stepped inside, the past came alive in whispers. The smell of mold. Rusty bed frames. Scratched floors from when we used to race each other barefoot. Then, the basement. That's where I found the sealed medical room. Behind a rusted door marked, authorized only, were files. Dozens. All labeled with children's names and government emblems. Including one labeled. Subject D, /code name, Dre. And beneath it. Subject D, /code name, Ash. Dre had a twin. But this wasn't just a birth secret. This was experimentation. They weren't raised in Haven Ridge. They were grown here. Tested. Modified. Broken. Rebuilt. Suddenly, everything clicked. Dre's genius. His paranoia. The app. The fail-safe. He wasn't just building privacy. He was undoing what was done to him. But where was Ash? And why had Dre never told me? Then came the smell. Rot. Decay. Death. I followed it to the old infirmary and found a body. Face partially decomposed, but still recognizable under the bruises and stitched scalp. It was Dre. Or was it? A folder on the table confirmed it. The Dre I knew was dead. And the man behind everything, the app, the failsafe, the betrayals, was Ash, his brother, wearing his face, his memories, his life. I stumbled back in horror. That meant the man I cried to, the man who gave me the flash drive, the man who looked me in the eye and said, "You betrayed me," wasn't Dre. He was a ghost wearing Dre's skin. Then I heard the door creak open behind me. Footsteps. I turned, slowly, and there he was. Ash. Wearing Dre's jacket. Dre's smile. But his eyes. They were empty. Like something inside him had died a long time ago. "You were always his favorite," he said, voice calm, cold. "But you never saw me." He took a step closer. "He died screaming your name, you know. Still trusted you, even as they were cutting pieces out of him." My knees buckled. "What do you want from me?" I choked. Ash tilted his head. "Justice. Or maybe, balance." Then he pulled out a syringe. "I'm not here to kill you, Jayden. I'm here to make you understand." That's when the lights blew out. The last thing I remember was the needle in my neck and Ash whispering. When I woke up, I wasn't in the orphanage anymore. I was strapped to a chair. Screens surrounded me, playing memories I didn't recognize. A woman crying. Children screaming. Dre begging. But the screams were coming from me. Or someone wearing me. And then a screen lit up with a countdown. 72 hours. 3 days. For what? A message blinked at the bottom. When you lose your name, your memories, your face, the only thing left to protect is your truth. And if someone rewrites that truth, You either find a way to take it back, or die as a ghost of someone else's story. 72 hours. That's what the countdown said when I woke up in a room with no windows, no clocks, just screens replaying my own memories. But some of those memories, they weren't mine. I saw myself, younger, attacking someone I couldn't remember hating. I saw Dre screaming at me, begging me not to go through with something. I saw a child, strapped to a table, as I stood watching with cold eyes. That's when it hit me. They weren't showing me memories to remind me. They were trying to reprogram me. A door slid open, and Ash walked in, still wearing Dre's smile, still pretending to be the man I trusted. "Jayden," he said. "You're finally ready to see who you are." He threw down a file. Inside, a DNA report. Mine. Next to it, another one, labeled Subject D0. Ash looked me dead in the eyes and said, "You weren't hired to spy on Dre. You were created to stop him." My blood turned to ice. The memories, the lies, the betrayal. None of it was accidental. I wasn't just Dre's best friend. I was the original prototype, the first successful subject of Haven Ridge's experiment. Dre, or Ash, hadn't set me up. He was finishing what the program started. Only now, he wanted me to join him. Everything they did to us, Jayden, they made us tools. But together, we can make them pay. He reached out a hand. "For Dre," he said. "For all of them." I looked at him and saw the truth. Ash didn't want justice. He wanted vengeance. Total destruction. He wasn't saving Dre's dream, he was twisting it into something monstrous. So I made my choice. I grabbed the nearest piece of shattered screen and drove it into his shoulder. He screamed, but I didn't stop. I ran. Alarms blared. Red lights. Locked doors. Until I reached the heart of the facility. The core server room. And there it was, Project Phoenix. The real one. Dre's original code. Untouched. Uncorrupted. Ash had lied. He never rebuilt it, he hijacked it. I had one shot to launch it. But it came at a cost. Manual trigger. Once activated, the system would collapse the entire underground facility, including me. I looked down at the button, then up at the camera. Ash was watching. And I said the last words I'd ever say to him. "You stole his face. But you never own his legacy." I pressed the button. Flames erupted. Steel crumbled. Screams filled the halls. I smiled, even as the fire took the walls. Because for the first time in my life, I was finally free. 3 weeks later, the media exploded. Whistleblower destroys underground mind control lab. Tech billionaire exposed as twin assassin. Anonymous source uploads Project Phoenix code worldwide. The world got Dre's gift, the app that erased surveillance and gave power back to the people. He died a villain in the news. Only a few knew the truth. And even fewer survived to tell it. But just when the story should have ended, a man walked into a cafe in Berlin. No ID. No fingerprints. Just a smile. And eyes that weren't his. He pulled out a phone. Dialed a number burned into memory. And whispered till death. That is the end of our story. Thanks for listening, and for more interesting story like this, please kindly subscribe to this YouTube channel. Moral lesson of the story. Some legacies are built with sacrifice. Others are stolen with blood. But in the end, the truth always survives. Thank you for watching.